Alright, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, and everything in between. My name is Danielle, and this is Sun Tzu's The Art of War, my voice practice. Let's see, it's June 23rd, 2011. This is video number 5, I believe. Let's get going. So, pretty much the same thing as yesterday, just picking up where we left off, working on resonance, working on pitch, just trying to get the voice where I want it to be. And this is going to take a long time, be a long process, but, oh well, getting a little better every day. So, let's see, we are reading from Sun Tzu's The Art of War, again, the text from Project Gutenberg, learning a bit about feudal warfare and all of this good stuff. We are still in the introduction, which we will finish either this video or probably the next video, but after that we will be entering the main text itself. If you have any questions, post a comment. If you have any tips or pointers, that's fine too. But yeah, it's a process. It takes a while, but we'll get there when we get there. So here, make a fool of myself, learn a bit, practice a bit, and learn a bit about ancient warfare in case I need to run a chariot battle anytime soon. Could happen, zombie apocalypse or something. You never know. Alright, so, plenty of water. Don't want to stress those vocal cords too much. And so, where we left off, which I shall touch on presently. Okay. Alright. Let's see. Okay. And here we go. Let's find the pitch. Find the right point.
How about right here? Right here, right here. Kind of neutral. Yeah, kind of right here. But once refer the word to the 5th century or earlier, and the chances of its being other than a bona fide production are sensibly diminished. The great age of forgeries did not come until long after. That it should have been forged in a period immediately following 473 is particularly unlikely, for no one, as a rule, hastens to identify himself with a lost cause. As for Ye Shuxuan's theory that the author was a literary recluse, that seems to me quite untenable. If one thing is more important than another, after reading if one thing is more apparent after reading the maxims of Sun Tzu, it is that their essence has been distilled from a large store of personal observations and experience. They reflect mine not only of a born strategist gifted with the faculty of generalization, but also a practical soldier closely acquainted with the military conditions of his time. To say nothing of the fact that these sayings have been accepted and endorsed by all the greatest captains of Chinese history, they offer a combination of freshness and sincerity, cuteness and common sense, which quite excludes the idea that they were artificially concocted in the study. If we admit then that the 13 chapters were the genuine production of a military man living toward the end of the Chun Chuni period, are we not bound, in spite of the silence of Sua Chun, to accept Su Qian's account of it in its entirety? In view of his high repute as a sober historian, don't want drunk historians, it's never a good thing to do. You'd be like a Viking soldier or a Viking song singer. Anyway, sober historian. Must we not hesitate to assume that the records he drew upon for Sun Tzu's biography were false and untrustworthy? The answer, I fear, must be in the negative. There is still one great, if not fatal, objection to the chronology involved in the story as told in the Shi Chui, which, so far as I am aware, nobody has pointed out. There are 2 passages in Sun Tzu in which he alludes to contemporary affairs. First is in chapter 6, section 21, which reads, "Though according to my estimate the soldiers of Yue exceeded our own in number, that shall advantage them nothing in the matter of victory. I say that victory can be achieved." I think I just did a female voice attempting to do male voice quote of Sun Tzu. It's very territory. Life is great. The other is in chapter 11, section 30. Well, line 3, ask us 30, what the hell does that mean? Whatever. Asked if an army can be made to imitate the Shui John, I answer yes, for the men of Wu and the men of Yue are enemies. Yet if they are crossing a river in the same boat and are caught by a storm, they will come to each other's assistance just as the left hand helps the right. These two paragraphs are extremely valuable evidence of the date of composition. They assign the word to the period of the struggle between Wu and Yue. Wu and Yue. Wu and Ye. Wu and Yue. I can't do Chinese names at all. Should have chosen like Mark Twain or something. Mark Twain. White Washington. Tom Sawyer. Tom Sawyer. Southern drawl down. So much has been observed by pre-echelon. What has hitherto escaped notice is that they have also seriously impaired the credibility of Su Huaqian's narrative. As we have seen above, the first positive date given in connection with Sun Wu is 512 BC. He is then spoken of as general, acting as confidential advisor to Lu, so that his alleged introduction to that monarch had already taken place, and of course the 13 chapters must have been written step. But at that time, and for several years after, down to the capture of Ying in 506, Chu, and not Yue, was the great hereditary enemy of Wu. The two states, Chu and Wei, had been constantly at war for over half a century, whereas the first war between Wu and Wei was waged only in 510. And even then was not smaller than a short interlude sandwiched in the midst of a fierce struggle with Chu. Now Chu is not mentioned in the 13 chapters at all. The natural inference is that they were written at the time when Wei had become the proud antagonist of Wu, that is, after Chu had suffered the great humiliation in 506. At this point, the table of dates may be found useful. Oh wow, time to read out the table of dates. Woohoo! Let's see. All in BC. 514, the ascension of Holu. 512, Holu attacks Chu, but is defeated for venturing Ying, the capital. Shi mentions Sun Wu as general. 511, another attack on Chu. 510, Wu makes a successful attack on Yue. This is the first war between the two states. 509, war Chu invades Wu, is signally defeated by Liu Cheng. 508 or 506. Holu, 502, 506 maybe? Holu attacks Chu with the aid of Tang and Xia. Decisive battle of Ho-Chu and capture of Ying. The last mention of Sun Wu in Shiqi. 505. Yue makes a raid on Wu in the absence of its army. Wu was beaten by Qian and evacuates Ying. 506. Holu sends Fu Jia to attack Chu. 497. Ko Qian becomes king of Yue. 496. Wu attacks Yue, but is defeated by Ko Qian. At Su Li, Ho Chi Minh. It's a little later in history. Oh, good. Back and oh, Wu attacks Yue, but it's defeated by Ko and Tsun. Wu was killed. 495. Fu Jia defeats Ko Qian in the Great Battle of Fu Chao. and enters the capital of Ye. 45. Or Gochien renders homage to Wu, death of Wu Tzu Su. 42. Kolu invades Wu in the absence of Fu Chia. Chia! Chia! Oh, God. 478. 2. Further attacks by Yue on Wu. 476 to 475. Gochien lays siege to the capital of Wu. 478. Final defeat and extinction of Wu.
Alright. That's a good point to quit. We have one last paragraph in the long introduction, and then we'll get to the actual text of Sun Tzu itself, the beginning of the different things. So that's it for tonight. I will see you all tomorrow. I'm planning on just putting daily videos out. Probably I'll break, not this coming weekend, but the next weekend for 4th of July weekend. I'm going to be out of town. But other than that, yeah, I'll plan on putting out pretty regular videos and keep practicing, because hopefully if I keep doing this, it'll get better. Maybe it's my imagination, but I think I'm getting a little better, but it's a really slow process, and that's it. If you have any questions, comments, hate mail, well, if you have hate mail, you can go jump in link, but questions, comments, drop me a message, send a comment, send smoke signals, carrier pigeons, psychic telekinesis messages, it's all good. And that'll be it. So that's voice practice today. We'll get into some more Sun Tzu tomorrow. And as always, the text is from Project Gutenberg, and I'm Danielle. And good night and good luck.